Thank you for the introduction, and it's wonderful to see so many friends in this special holiday, even as we gather with such heavy hearts. Our prayers are with the people of Monterey Park and Half Moon Bay, and after yet another spree of gun violence in America. I'm going to use this. This working? Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me with this? All right. You know, I've been in close contact with Governor Newsom and to provide the full support of the federal government. And Kamala, who has deep ties in the area, is just getting back from spending some time there with families. And I spoke with Brandon Say, a genuine hero. This is a 26-year-old kid, whose family has owned the dance studio for some time. As people were ending the celebration that night for the Lunar New Year. And as we all saw in the video, he heard the front door close, saw a man pointing a gun at him. Instead of running, Brandon said he thought he was going to die, but then he thought about the people inside. Think about this now. Just think about this in reality. And in that moment, he followed his instinct, and he followed his courage. And this is a kid who went out, he's a young man, and had the courage to act, and he did. He charged the gunman, wrestled him to the ground, and took away a semi-automatic pistol from him. He had just shot and killed 11 people and wounded several more in another dance studio nearby. You know, it was a struggle that Brandon prevailed. But think about what could have happened had he not done this. I really mean it. And I think sometimes we underestimate incredible acts of courage. Someone shooting has a semi-automatic pistol aimed at you, and you think about others. That's pretty profound, pretty profound. You know, and in both Monterey Bay and Half Moon Bay, we saw the heroism of police officers, firefighters, and first responders. They answered the call. They rushed into danger, and they saved lives and protected their neighbors. These are tight-knit communities, as you all know. They'll be affected by what they saw and what they lost for the rest of their lives. We got to think about the impacts of post-traumatic stress on many of these folks. And as a nation, we have to be there with them. We have to be there with them. We don't have a choice. You know, I know several members of Congress wanted to attend here tonight because they wanted to be able to but they have votes up on the Hill, including my dear friend Judy Chu. Judy is chair of the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus and a former mayor of Monterey Bay. I spoke with Judy several days ago and said, Judy, what should I do? Should I be in California, or should I have this celebration? And she felt very strongly. She said, we have to move forward. Her message was, don't give in to fear and sorrow. Don't do that. Stand in solidarity and in the spirit of toughness that this holiday is all about. She went on to say that's what folks are doing back in California and across the country, providing counseling support, transition services for the victims' families, holding candlelight vigils and bringing people together, and showing that even with heavy hearts, we have unbreakable spirits. So that's what we're going to do tonight, but be there for each other. And by the way, you know, I said, as some of my senior staff here knows, that I was going to have the most diverse staff in American history. I was going to reflect what the population of America looked like. Well, I knew we had more women than men. But I looked up the following. You know what percentage of AA and Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders is in this administration? 13.7%. The next highest was 7%. That's why the hell I'm doing so well right now. No, but all kidding aside, most of all, when you think about the loved ones who were left behind, there were grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, siblings, friends, neighbors, but they're fellow Americans. So please join me in a moment of silence to honor them. May God bless them all.